Well, good afternoon, everyone. Beautiful day, gentlemen. Start your engines. We're here at beautiful Lake Placid for yet another really exciting event today. Really proud to be here. This is Climate Week, if you didn't know, and I've been really pleased to see some of the amazing work done this week by Governor Kathy Hochul. Let's give her a big round of applause. We have a number of really special guests in attendance today. Art Devlin, Mayor, thank you for having us. Jay Rand, Supervisor, Town of North Elba. Jay. Sean Gilliland, Chair of the Board of Supervisors, Essex County. Sean. Jim McKenna, where are you, Jim? Jim McKenna is, everyone knows, head of Roost. Emily Politi, Town of North Elba Councilwoman. Jackie Kelly, Village of Lake Placid Trustee. Molly Larkin, Senior Vice President, COO of EFC. Ron Epstein, DOT's Exec Dep. Mike Pratt, President of ORDA. Gets one of the best jobs in town here, I think. And Tony Collins, President of Clarkson. Tony, where are you? Great to have you here. So really, thank you all for joining us again. A really exciting day today. It has been a really extraordinary week. You see perhaps the governor crisscrossing the state. Not just recognizing this week, but truly putting her stamp of leadership on climate, not just here in New York, but nationally and internationally. She came into the week only 4 months into the job, 4 weeks into the job, having already made some incredible announcements on zero-emission vehicles, on keeping emissions down from trucks, heavy-duty trucks, and then really jumped into the week with incredible announcements on new transmission lines to New York City to cut the amount of power going to increase renewable power and to cut the amount of fossil fuel usage in the city, expanding solar, expanding the state's bond act from $3 billion to $4 billion in the coming budget, launching an incredible first of its kind in the world air monitoring program for our most disadvantaged communities in New York State. It really, truly has been an amazing 4 weeks, and she's had just a whirlwind of a week, and getting climate really in the top of everyone's agenda. So we just couldn't be more proud. And you'll hear from her in a moment about some of the really exciting things that we are standing on top of and surrounded by right now here in this beautiful village. So I think just like all of you here, Governor understands the importance of that connection between the environment and the economy, and that interplay between state and local, right? Having been a local official for many years and now a state official, we need to do all we can to support local government, and that's really what today is all about. You are standing on top of, right now, a rainwater catchment system. It's actually underneath this parking lot, and it filters and captures all of the water that's flowing down the hill, prevents it from going into Mirror Lake and increasing pollutants in Mirror Lake, holds it here while it can slowly be bled out back into the system. A really innovative project. You can park right on top of it, and again, you're seeing all the reductions in pollutants into the lake. This is one example. This is one project right here. There's 2 more of them down the street. It's a $15 million project presented by New York State in conjunction with local. So it's Governor will talk more about it, but it's really, really exciting what we've been able to accomplish with this infrastructure money. Governor's been giving us great support at DEC and certainly in the Environmental Facilities Corporation. The great work they do in dispersing money around the state for these kinds of projects. And I can't thank their staff enough, led by Molly here today, and all their engineers and professionals who've been putting shovels in the ground and getting these projects built for the benefit of the environment and local economies, making them more sustainable. So without further ado, it is my distinct honor to introduce the 57th Governor of New York State, Kathy Hochul.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I didn't need too much of an excuse to come back here. I was saying I need to get up to the North Country. This is such a magnificently beautiful place, and what better place to come than during Climate Week. And to all the local officials who are recognized and my partners in economic development like Jim Roost and our mayor, Thank you for caring enough about this community to be involved in projects like these and so many others that let people know that this is a place that truly matters and it's worth fighting for and worth protecting. So when I make great announcements on Climate Week in other parts of the state, it all ties into the larger narrative of what we can do in government during this time we are in our positions, however long God gives us the opportunity to serve, to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to ensure the stability of our communities today, but also their longevity into the future for our children and grandchildren. And I'm talking about how we're protecting our environment. I just came in over the most beautiful mountains in this nation. Saw waterways, lakes, streams. It's stunningly beautiful. And for a second I had this image of what if this was California today? What if we were losing the beautiful trees and the wildlife and had our homes jeopardized? And we all know what's happening in California is because of the ravages of climate change. The earth heating up too fast because of man's assault on Mother Nature for decades and decades. And that has to stop right now. That is the sense of urgency that I bring to causes like fighting for our environment and having smart policies, and people like our great Commissioner of DEC, Basil Sagos. He is truly a visionary. And other states are recognizing what we're doing here in the state of New York as models on how we can deliver clean energy at the same time we're protecting our environment and doing everything we can as stewards of this wonderful place. So something like a $15.6 million water infrastructure construction project may not sound real exciting to some people, but I spent 14 years as a local government official. I find this really exciting. I would have loved the opportunity to partner with our state government those many years when I was seeking help to help fund projects that would deal with some of the basics, making sure we have clean water, clean workable sewer systems for wastewater, et cetera, but also to tie in the basic infrastructure needs and find an innovative way to address an environmental hazard of water running into, contaminated water running into this beautiful lake. So we've stopped that with this project right here, and people are going to just always think this is an ordinary parking lot. But you who came out here today and have been involved in this know that this is part of our future on how we have to do things smarter to make sure we protect our environment. So this includes repairs and replacement of over 2,000 feet of sanitary sewer and water supply lines. It includes innovation technology and practice like porous sidewalks, which I'm going to admit are kind of hard to walk on in heels. So next time I'm not going to wear heels when I come to this parking lot. But it's going to capture the stormwater runoff that currently now flows into the lake. So thank you. And we're we're almost through with this. It'll be completed in 2022, ahead of the big 2023 World University Games when we welcome the world here. And I'm really excited about that. So just to conclude, I also wanted to check on how our downtowns are doing as we're emerging from the dark slumber of COVID. And I did pop up here. You didn't notice me. I had my baseball hat on, and I was sitting in a couple of, well, I'll call them restaurants, some of the pubs, some of the breweries, because I do sneak in here periodically. And I was really excited to see the vitality even during the pandemic. It was actually quite astounding that people from other states and even our own state discovered what all of you as locals have cherished for a long time, that this is a one-of-a-kind lifestyle, the fresh air, the experience of living in the charm of a downtown, but Mother Nature's finest just over the horizon here, just minutes away. So it was discovered. I think that was good for the local hotels. Are the hotels doing okay, Mayor? Okay, hotels are good. The restaurants and all the little businesses that I was really worried about that they would struggle. We have to continue to support them. I literally got my start in local government by helping small businesses like my mother's, a little flower shop in a community just about this size. And I know there's always threats and anxieties and worry about competition and people going elsewhere, and what about the tourists that we need to keep this economy going. And it's always about balance. This is what we talk about when I'm up here. It's about the balance of preserving what Mother Nature has given us, but also making sure we have vibrant downtowns for the people to live here. I'm going to continue fighting to protect that balance. I understand how important it is. You're going to find in me a partner who doesn't just sit there signing legislation in Albany. I'm going to be out here, continue to be on the ground, because I learn the most from listening to people like you. And that's the kind of government I'm going to have. A hallmark of my administration. We're doing a lot more listening than talking and dictating. So hopefully you're going to feel that. You'll know that I'm going to support you 1,000% because I need you to survive and thrive. This community has to do that because this is part of the story I'm telling across the globe that New York is back. And it starts in magnificent communities like Lake Placid. Thank you very much. And with that, let's hear from our Mayor, Art Devlin.
Thank you. On behalf of Lake Placid, let me also officially welcome you to Lake Placid. I wish I could take credit for the day today. This is a 10. You don't get any better than this in September. Let me also thank you for what's going on Main Street and all the Olympic sites. It seems to me like the Olympics were yesterday. I guess that's dating myself, but they really had gotten tired, as people said, and they were getting run down. And they were 43 years ago that they were put in place. And we were losing a lot of our Olympic athletes because we didn't comply with the new standards. Due to the money that the governor and the state have put into Lake Placid, we're back to being #1 sports capital of the world. And thank you very much for that. We talked about Main Street. There's never a good time, as you know, to tear up Main Street. Just ask the merchants. But if there ever was a good time, this was it. Due to the support and the backing of the state, the fact that our water line was 110 years old, the pollution of the lake, it really had to be done. We didn't know how bad it was till we started digging it up and getting in there. We didn't even know where shutoffs are. We didn't know anything. But now everything is GIS mapped. If you want to know where anything is, it's put in, and 2 minutes later it appears on a GIS mapping system that you can track it. So this is really state of the art at this point. I've been around to the Olympic venues. It's unbelievable what they're doing. There's more to be done, and I'm sure if they continue with what they've been doing, such as the sliding tracks at Van Hovenberg, it's all going to be fantastic. I also, in my heart, feel that the pandemic is going to be behind us before long, and I really think the economy is going to pop, especially Lake Placid, and especially due to our Main Street being a showpiece and all the Olympic venues that are being renovated, and that wouldn't be possible without you. So no one likes a politician that talks forever, so I'll just thank you once again for coming to Lake Placid and all the support you've given us.
Thank you, everyone. We'll wrap up by showing a little demonstration of how this operation works. So let's, Basil, why don't you describe what's going to happen with these buckets?
Okay. So we have 2 buckets full of water here, courtesy of the Environmental Facilities Corporation. And I mentioned earlier this is a permeable parking lot. What do you think that means? The water can permeate through it. So we will have a demonstration of water going through the parking lot itself. Governor, when you're ready.
All right, let's see how this is going to work.
Look at that. No runoff. Is that amazing? It's quite a magic trick.
I made that happen.
Great job, Governor.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out.